now and then I get the itch to watch a Final Destination movie. And you have to be in the mood to watch one of those type of movies because, girl, what be going on? But if I want to see a mystery thriller, but also a premonition puzzle, trying to figure out what the heck is going on in these people's lives, that's the movie franchise I'm going to be watching. But as I was watching the most recent one, Bloodlines, which, may I add, that's a really good movie. I recommend anyone watch that. It adds like a total crazy twist to the whole thing. Like, it made me realize that low-key, when you look at all of the death scenes and all of the crazy kills and all of that, y'all, this is a comedy horror. And that could be very much up for debate. I feel like a lot of people would be like, oh, that's not a comedy, like that's actual like horror. And I get that, but some of these deaths are so ironic because who falls into a trash? I mean, does it happen? Has it happened before in real life? Anyways, so in honor of my own crazy premonition, because I knew that I was going to be sitting here making this video. Well, I knew I was going to be making a video, but I came up with the idea. We're going to be making a ranking of the most scariest, most like, whoa, death scenes to the least, or could have been done without, or this could really happen to anybody. Tier list. I was going to use my whiteboard, but your girl lost it. So I'm going to be using Tier Maker. I never used Tier Maker before. I'm really excited because I love watching people make their own. So the fact that I'm making my own right now, some real shit, period. I have my laptop. Ooh, that was dust. Ooh. Before we get into the video, if you're new, hi, my name is Alexis. I have a bunch of new people subscribed. So happy to have you here. I love making these videos. It's actually really, really fun. Like, this is a really fun hobby. If you guys don't follow me on other social media, go do that. You know the drill. Let's get into it. I feel like I'm on that, what was that old YouTube channel? The Reacting To channel? I feel like I'm doing one of those. That's gonna be the thumbnail. You know, I feel like Nancy Grace when I put these glasses on because you know we about to get down to business. So I already made the tier list. I'm gonna go through it with you guys. Most scariest, most disgusting, most like, oh my goodness, like jail time. At least to, that could happen to anybody. Like, girl, you're talking about none. Or just least of like my personal favorite. Start at the bottom. The first one is could have happened to anyone. This is like the least scariest or just like least important. The second, the trumpets are getting louder. That's when I knew, and I think they knew too, something was about to happen. Something bad was about to happen to them. The anticipation is really building. I should put that as the third one actually. Actually, I'm gonna do that. Cut. Actually, the second one is going to be, oh, so that's how we doing it. Kind of like, okay, giving that you know, like that, oh. I felt that in my throat. The second to the top is borderline insane. You need to be strapped down. And the worst one of all, giving Grimm's her 10. Grim Reaper, because Grim Reaper was playing with their lives. So we got to play with these movies. Now, if you guys need a little backstory on Final Destination, it's basically a movie franchise about a bunch of different people. Some of them are connected in some ways, some are not, but that have these premonitions about bad things happening, cheating death getting mad about it, Grim Reaper coming upstairs to come get you, and then the rest is history. Also, when it's my first time mentioning a film, I'm going to give a little bit of context so you guys know what's going on. Where do we start? The first scene we're going to be putting on the tier list is the backyard scene. Final Destination 2 has the infamous log scene. Kimberly has a premonition and she cheats death. Kimberly and her family and Thomas are, they cheated death. They are hanging out with their family. They're just chilling, vibing, you know what the vibe is giving. Brian, he mentions that he had a near-death experience. And as he's walking away, the father's explaining it. It's like, this is what happened. Brian basically took the place of somebody else's death. So as the dad is telling the situation, Kimberly knew. It's over. It really sucks because we really all thought that they had all, just like, okay, we out here, we live and we're vibing. No. I just feel like this whole scenario, the trumpets are getting louder. They're getting louder. Even though he had nothing to do with like Flight 180 or Route 23, Rory pushed him out the way with the whole near-death experience and him almost getting hit by the news van. It got pushed to him. So the map is a lot. Y'all, I literally did so much research. I was like, I need to figure this out. I still don't understand, to be honest. Okay, next, I think I want to do the whole cherry picker situation with Ian from Final Destination 3. Actually, this is my favorite one just because I think the concept of like the whole roller coaster, and that itself, I think, really drew me in. I think that was actually the first film I saw. I don't think I saw the first one first. I think I saw it on TV on like Sci-Fi or something. Keep in mind, this movie came out in, how old was I? 12, 11, never rode a roller coaster before. Don't worry about it now. I'm not doing that. So Final Destination 3 is one of the standalone films from the franchise. It's about a girl named Wendy and her friends that are like celebrating graduation period, and they decide to go to a roller coaster park. But obviously things go haywire. Wendy has a premonition that the roller coaster is going to go, they all have to get off the ride and they cheat death. And of course it comes for them one by one. The whole fireworks scene, that is so poetic. That was very artistically done. I'll give my 10s with that. Now the whole part after that, I have no words because it's actually it seems very painful. Keep in mind, Ian was like literally trying to kill Wendy, and Wendy was like, hey, don't do this. If you don't do it, then we will all cheat death like perfectly. And he was like, no, I don't care. He had a vengeance and he was not giving up. I don't know. I feel like I would probably just put it in, oh, that's how we doing it. Only because he had many warnings. I feel like he had a lot of warnings, but he just didn't care. So yeah. You had enough time to look up and be like, oh,
this is coming down on my head. Let me move out the way.
He was just too worried about the competition, about the ops. See, you're losing focus.
Hey. Stop the violence. Hey, look at me. I could promise you it's a bigger side of life. Stop the violence.
Next, we have Lori Milligan and the second premonition death that she had. Okay, let's kind of break this down. So the Final Destination, this came out in 2009, which you could totally tell it's a very much big difference in not only the quality of the film, but where the film was headed. This is also the one with the speed car race scene and what is that called? What do they call it? NASCAR. I'm going to call it NASCAR because I like NASCAR. Our main character, Nick O'Bannon, he's at a race at McKinley Speedway with his friends for a little study break, and he has the first premonition, which is obviously the big car crash and the whole hell breaking loose. And then he also then has a second premonition a little bit later on in the film with Lori, and basically we lose our homegirl in a really devastating like situation. And the reason why I don't really mess with escalators, I'm just kidding. I love escalators. I think they're really fun. But in that situation, nah. But yeah, she got shredded by the motor in the escalator. That was, yeah. So honestly, I'm trying to see where that would go. I don't know where this would go. That was borderline insane, honestly. That was insane. Like, I just know that hurt. The next one is Kat's death in Final Destination 2. This was like a little minor one, but honestly, this was a very petty. First off, this was very, very petty. In the film, literally, she is in the car, like a whole car accident just happened. And the guy who is like working on the car, she tells him like, hey, can you like turn that noise down a little bit? First off, girl, it's not possible. He's literally trying to save your life.
How you get this job? I'm wondering. I'm just asking a question. How you get the fucking job? You can't.
And he's like, okay, bet, I got you. And then he, boom. That was really petty. So technically this is a human error situation. And what do I tell y'all about human error? What do I be telling you guys?
Human error is really a play. It was just human error. This is where things kind of aggravate me.
Exactly. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. This could happen to anybody because I don't see this being like anything. I mean, do I think it's insane? Yes. Do I think that's really insane? But also, that was just a very petty man, you know? We see petty men every day. I don't know, I might change my mind, but for now, homegirl, it could happen to anybody. The next thing we're gonna put on the tier list is the modern day cowboy when he got smashed, literally smashed, smushed straight into the ground by the bathtub. Now, this is where it gets really unrealistic. Because what do you mean? What do you mean somebody, how? He was actually one of the survivors from the McKinley Speedway crash. I was literally taking notes. I look up and literally I just see nothing but a splash of water on the screen. Yeah, so I feel like this needs to be, that was devastating. Actually, that was just really stupid. That couldn't have happened to anybody, honestly, because I don't think water can cause that much damage to the point where, I mean, in a hospital, I just don't think that's possible. Dang, I really can't put it in that category. Just borderline insane. That's just insane. Like, I know his body was already aching. The next one, putting on the list, the elevator scene from Final Destination 2. Nora Carpenter, who was also in the pileup from Route 23, she had the worst. And I really like the subtle like foreshadowing that was going on because the man behind her had like the box of prosthetics. Look at what happened. Look, Okay, I will say, because it was so bad, like that's an actual fear that I could see somebody having. I would put this in giving Grimm's her tens. Shout out to Tim. He was also, you know, her son. His also giving Grimm's. It was like he had like what's beef? What's actual beef? Like the Grim Reaper had a hit on them. Like chill, chill. Why? Both of them so violent. The next one, okay, we have to add this one. I was gonna wait, but actually I think I want to put it on there now. The whole Final Destination 5, the beginning scene with the bridge, insane. Also, this being the prequel is just absolutely insane. Like the prequel to the first movie, they kind of ate with that. I will say they ate. This is the 5th installment of Final Destination. This is about Sam and a bunch of his co-workers are going on a retreat together and they're stuck in traffic on a bridge, and y'all know how this goes. That was his premonition that was going to happen. So I do not have a fear of bridges under any circumstances. I think it's only scary when you look down. You look ahead, you're good. The trumpets are getting louder with that. Even if you somehow escaped getting off of like your transportation, you're still on the bridge.
So
now what? This actually leads me to the next one, which is the other premonition that Sam had in the final part of Final Destination 5. Yeah, burnt to a crisp, burnt like bacon. I definitely feel like, what, 3 for 3? I'm gonna have to put this one. It's borderline insane, honestly. I don't know, man. I don't know. The fact that he didn't read the ticket beforehand. I don't know why something, I don't know. Look, if it was me, I would have at least checked. I check every numbers. I check the clock when I see 222. Right? I'm always looking. You just gotta stay ready, and he wasn't ready. So borderline insane, just insane. The gymnastics scene, this one really messed me up. This is so unrealistic, first off. This would never happen. I think it is very over dramatized, obviously, but I wanna say giving Grimm's her tens because what? But also, hold on. That's how we doing it though? No, I have to give Grimm's or tens. I'm sorry. I just have to because that's insane. Okay, next we have the scaffolding scene in Final Destination 5 as well. This is with the scene with Roy. He was like the really racist man that was like very disrespectful towards Nathan. And I feel like his death was very much warranted because first off, you're like a racist person. You just need to get out of here. You just need to go. Okay, bye. I say giving Grimm's her tens because he needed to go. Next we have Lewis's death. That was in Final Destination 3. He was the guy that of course escaped the first time, but I feel like he got too big head about it. He was like, oh, yeah, I'm big boss, like up in the gym. Okay, bet. Here he comes knocking at your door. While he was working out, his friends were hyping him up and stuff. I guess he just was not focusing, and boom. Yeah, his head gets smashed.
See you weekend. Yeah.
Like, you see, I feel like that itself, it couldn't happen to anybody, but it happened to Lewis. I don't know why I feel like it needs to go there, but I just feel like it needs to go there because that, like, dude. Well, technically, okay, let me correct myself. It wasn't really the gym's fault. It was the thing that was like over his head, but still. Okay, the next scene we're gonna put on the list, the second best scene from the whole franchise. Ooh, the roller coaster scene. The roller coaster scene. I don't have to get context behind this. You guys know what the heck this is. I'm putting this under giving Grimm's her tens because evil work, just evil. Next, I want to put the tanning bed scene from the third movie. I always wondered what it would be like to be in a tanning bed, but now I really don't want to know anymore. I'd rather just do the normal, light oil, yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna put that one. The trumpets are getting louder. I feel like the trumpets are getting louder, but also that's like kind of like borderline insane. I want to say the trumpets are getting louder, so that's how we doing it. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna say the trumpets are getting, I'm just gonna keep it. Okay, the acupuncture death scene. I definitely will say acupuncture is very much on my to-do list, like of things I have to do before I turn 30. Like I have to try it, but not my whole entire body, maybe just my face. Little spa moments, very relaxing moments, something nice, something very calming. Isaac, the character doing that was just a lot. Why all over your body? Maybe he collapsed on the floor and the needles went into his body, and then it just went downhill from there. It was just, oh my goodness. Like, I actually don't mind needles. I'm okay with needles because like I have like all these tattoos, so I can't really say that. But like in his sense, what he was doing, no. Okay, anyways, I forgot the whole plot, what I was doing. That could happen to anybody, because how did he fall over? I don't remember. But yeah. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I didn't even say this first. Of course, the log scene. I feel like that needs to be already on here. Giving Grims or Tins, like this. I literally talk about this on my TikTok. Follow me on TikTok if you have not. Thank you. This is like probably like why people do not drive behind log trucks, and do not get mad at people, because people love to like speed up on you when you're going slow and you're behind a truck. No, I'm taking my time, because some of y'all have driving problems, but you know what? That's for a whole different conversation. Yeah, I feel like giving Grims Tins. Like, I will say, even though it's like so hot in here, I'm glowing like a donut. Okay, I'm gonna move into like the movie Bloodlines, because like I said, I watched that recently and I just have not mentioned any like just pure stupidity scenes like in that movie. Very entertaining scenes. The directors had too much fun. The producers was like, hey, let's try it out. Let's see what happens. This movie is like a whole standalone film. I think it takes all the concepts from all the other films and just puts it into one. This movie is like the king of all kings. Not only was this Tony Todd's last like film, but just like seeing him like, you know, be like king himself. So this film is about the Campbell family. The daughter, the main character, Stefani, she realizes some crazy things about her family, basically having to do with a curse. Her grandmother Iris was a part of a premonition puzzle, as they say, and it literally saved the lives of so many people. And I'm gonna put that on my tier list, actually, that whole scene. I'm gonna say give her tens, but because of Iris, let's just say it caused a couple of problems because of all of these people cheating death. This means there comes a bunch of other bloodlines that are not supposed to even be there in the first place. To know that if I was ever a part of a scheme like that, ooh, it's over for everybody. I'm sorry, everybody's getting the smoke. I'm sorry. So because of this, Iris has isolated herself from her whole entire family and from everybody. He reveals two ways to fully cheat death. First is the new life rule, and second is the inherited lifespan rule. New life rule, a person can die, have their heart briefly stop, and be resuscitated. One can murder another person and inherit the remainder of their natural lifespan on Earth. Now, we've seen this happen before in a couple other movies, just letting you guys know this. Anyways, now we can talk about the family and their roles and where they go on the tier list, because it gets really like this is where the comedy part comes in. So for example, Howard Campbell's death, that was okay. So he died because of a lawnmower. A lawnmower literally ran him over. I honestly, did he trip? Yeah, I think he tripped. I mean, that could happen to anybody, honestly. Yeah. It was kind of like a domino effect. Bobby broke the trampoline, and then that startles Julia. Then it made the Jenga tower fall, and then hit the wooden chair, and then yeah, y'all know, yeah. So it was just a lot. Was it Eric? Yeah, Eric Campbell. For anybody that needs to get like a scan, like a CAT scan, you know, like that really big machine that they put you in, make sure you take off your metal. Anything metal, jewelry, all of it, because it will snatch you up. That's basically what happened to him. Honestly, could that happen to anybody? Yes. But also, I feel like, honestly, I'm gonna say borderline insane. This one was actually like so funny to me because this little boy was evil. I've talked about evil children before, but this kid was really evil. Like next level. People know him as the Penny Kid because he was the boy in the clip that had a little coin and he flicked it, and then that is kind of what started all this mess. He actually got attacked. He got smashed by a piano that fell. Not the trumpets are getting louder. I would say pianos should not be falling out the sky though. That's the thing. Like, keep in mind, he was a bad kid. He was a pickpocketer, you know, doing all this other stuff, like, you know, causing trouble, like up to like mischievous. He was not quite on the creek kid. So yeah, I would say that's how we're doing it to kids. Wow. Okay. My last scene, because I have like over 30, and I realized I can't do 30 scenes. Like that would literally take me like 3 more hours, and I don't have the time. Well, personally, my like overall just like most memorable scenes that I enjoy, because I'm like, girl, actual 40, like 4K, 40x, IMAX. The movie theater scene from the Final Destination movie, the cunty girl, she was like, oh yeah, I'm not leaving. I waited too long to see this movie. Don't play with me. Like, she was not moving. And honestly, I like that energy. Honestly, she went out like a bad bitch. So I'm gonna say, hold on. Wait. I'm changing my mind. I want to say giving Grimm's her tens, but also she was not a very legendary character. Like, it just wasn't giving like legendary, but like that scene was legendary. I'm gonna say maybe like borderline insane. That was kind of insane. No, actually, yes, that was insane, because did you get your money's worth? Yes, you did. You really did. But okay, guys, that's my tier. Oh my goodness. This video is probably going to be like 20 minutes, but this took me 2 hours to film, maybe 3. I deleted the tier, had to remake it, and here we are. But I think it looks pretty good to me. But yeah, you guys, that's my thoughts on those scenes in particular. Like I said, these movies are very much comedy horror based. There's no way. Somebody really needs to look into this. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below where you guys would put some of these scenes. Have you guys even seen Final Destination? Do you guys even like the franchise? Which one's your favorite movie? Let me know. Let's talk about it. Also, follow me on my socials. I'll put them all on the screen. And yeah, but I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. I very much was coming back to get my laptop, so.